Hey, behind the scenes. All right.
Views and opinions expressed by the following program are those of the host, guests, and callers, and are not necessarily those of the station or Webster Wildlife Ministries, its management, or other hosts or underwriting sponsors. Program presented by KWRH-LP are for educational and entertainment purposes only.
Hello, this is Mad Barbie with Time for Success, and this is my show where, well, I'm a speaker, author, and business growth strategist, but my passion is helping business owner mothers and business owner fathers be able to create incredible businesses that help their families be able to achieve their dreams, and so that's why we're here today, and to talk about that journey, and we've got. Mike Hauser with Hauser Electric here with us today. Mike, say hi.
Hi, everybody.
All right, thank you. So, Mike, tell me a little bit more about your business and what do you do?
I'm a master electrician.
Awesome.
We serve the St. Louis region. We're Hauser Electric is the name of our company. We've been around for like 13 years, serving everybody the best way we can. We do a little bit of residential, industrial, commercial, service calls. We have a good service team.
Awesome. So the gamut from residential to some commercial as well.
Oh yes, definitely.
Yeah. So now you started the business at a fairly young age, didn't you?
Yeah, I was in my 20s doing some side jobs and stuff, like just getting my hustle on, working normal 9 to 5 and doing some little side job stuff, and it was good. And then kind of developed into a company. After a while.
Yeah.
It just happened.
Yeah. It just kind of happened. Just all of a sudden you got a company.
It doesn't happen that easy, but I mean, a lot of late nights, long days, late nights. I was working for another electrical contractor at the time.
Okay.
And I was managing projects, a project manager at a really young age, which is kind of difficult being a project manager and being so young and having all the other journeymen and stuff. They were in their like 30s, late 30s and 40s.
Yeah.
And I'm in my 20s kind of telling them what to do and
Right.
how to do something, or that's not the way it's supposed to be done. And
Yeah.
there's a lot of headbutting went along with that.
Yeah.
So I got through all that, and business kind of slowed down from my old boss, and I kind of started doing my own thing more, doing my side jobs. And I got legit and opened up, did all the taxes and filed all that stuff and started a legit full-fledged company with insurance and all that. And we did that for a while, and I landed a couple big contracts, and I kind of never looked back. My boss came back to me and said, "Hey, you ready to bring it back to work?" And I sat and thought about it. I said, "Give me a couple days, and I thought about it, and I was like, man, I feel like I'm successful right now.
Yeah.
And I think I could really make a good run at this and make it a permanent, facet for me."
Yeah.
So I just called him back and said, "Appreciate the offer," and kind of just struck out and continued to do what I did. And here we are today.
That's fantastic. Yeah, I think that's probably a story that a lot of people can identify with. That where they kind of had the side hustle for a while. And a lot of people are probably they probably have the side hustle right now, and they're hoping that one day they're going to be able to make it the full-time thing like you did. So well, and I think in 2008, 2009, whenever there were massive layoffs, it's probably, I know that's actually when a lot of businesses just kind of started because people didn't know what else to do. So was that about the same time when you kind of set off yourself, or about when was that?
I'd say somewhere in there. I was on my own, doing my own thing, and then somewhere a little after that, there was a little downturn, and stuff dried up again. My company downsized. I downsized a lot. I had like 3 guys, and then I went down just me, and then kind of work dried up a little more. My dad actually, he has a water company where he chlorinates water mains.
Oh, okay.
And he took a contract to rebuild fire hydrants all through Missouri. So I was real slow, so I was literally doing that to make my house payment.
Yeah.
I was in the middle of the winter, out in the snow, rebuilding fire hydrants.
Wow.
And just to make a buck to pay my bills and keep my roof over my head, and did that for a while, and then just stuck with it. Kept on the grind and built it back up again.
So you'd say that perseverance was a pretty key quality to you getting to kind of the point where you're at now, right?
Yeah. never give up. Yeah, perseverance, just never give up. Like it was a hard road, but you got to make the decision for yourself. Like, what am I going to do? You know, am I going to go back to the work field with everybody else, or am I going to continue what I had and try to regrow that?
Yeah.
Stick with your passion.
Yeah, that's fantastic. Now, tell me a little bit more about your family. You're married. You have a couple of kids, right?
Yeah. Married, husband, and I'm proud father of 2 boys, 2 healthy little baby boys. Mm-hmm. Well, not babies, but they're growing fast.
Right.
I got one turned 7 on the 15th, and the other one, he's 20 months now, and it's Nico and Micah. Nico's the littlest one.
Yeah.
And they're a lot of fun.
2 boys. So I guess it keeps you and your wife pretty busy.
Yeah, it's a struggle, you know, having the business and doing the paperwork, and the wife actually, she kind of picked up the role as like she does all the bookkeeping kind of, and she works with our CPA firm real closely to take care of all the books and get all the invoices and billing out. But it was a difficult struggle. When I had the first boy, Micah, I really wanted to be a present father, and run the company. So that was a struggle to find that niche and figure out how to make it work. Because I mean, you're a father for the first time and you're a business owner. It's kind of a weird balance. So I actually hired a secretary to give me more time with my family.
Oh, that's good.
So I hired another secretary to help manage and take the load off. So she's Christy, and she's like behind the scenes, and she does a lot of the helps me format my bids and does a lot of the stuff that's real time consuming for me, and permits and scheduling inspections and stuff like that.
Yeah. So
it frees up a lot of I'd say it probably frees up 20 or 30 hours of my normal work week easily.
So you hired Christy. Now some folks they kind of struggle on when they should kind of make that decision, when they should hire. What were some of the factors that you took into consideration before you went ahead and pulled the trigger on hiring somebody?
I guess I'd probably say it's never a good time. It's kind of like, when's a good time to go do this or make this big decision? There's never a really good time.
Right.
You just gotta kind of weigh your checks and balances and find out what's more valuable to you, your time or the money in the bank at the end of the day. And I think most people, if they really thought about it, they would be like, time. Because time is the most valuable thing you never get back. You can always make more money.
Right.
But you can't get more time back. And you always figure out a way, if you're ambitious enough, you always figure out a way to make more money.
Right.
So that's kind of the goal. That's what you do. So I think mine was really I was working like in the field, 8 hours, 10 hours a day. And then I was in the morning, I was working in the office, and at night I was working in the office. Yeah. And it was just, and then things were falling through the cracks, honestly. I was forgetting stuff, falling behind.
Oh, yeah, that happens.
And you don't want to do that. You always want to perform for your customers,
right?
110%, because you can't build a company if you're not performing. So
right.
I think when that started to happen, I saw that. That's when I was like, I need to make a change, and that's where it was at.
Right. So a lot of it was also that you wanted to improve the performance of the company, for your clients, and but to be able to do that and to balance, being a good father, that was really critical as well. And I love the fact that you brought up that time is one thing that you can never get back. I've heard it said that the best use of money is to buy back more time in your day. Is that something that resonates with you? That
makes a lot of sense. I would say that. I never really thought of it that way, but spend money to get more time back. Yeah. I think everyone would love to do that.
Right.
Because you just kind of burn through your day and your day's over with, and you can't, it's the end of the day. It's time to go to bed and start again tomorrow. What you got done, you got done.
Yeah. It
makes sense. It definitely does. I like that. I'm probably gonna use that.
Yeah. You can borrow that.
I brought
it. So for your family, your wife, I'm sure she's got an idea of the ultimate vision of what success looks like. You probably have one. I'm sure your kids do too. Like what toys they want to buy, or they want you to buy, or what they want Santa Claus to bring. But so what does success look like for you and your family ultimately?
Success to me is spending more time with my family. Always spending time with family and being there for the baseball games and baseball practices, and then going to the baseball games, outside, going to Cardinals games or go to Blues games, or just camping. We like camping. We go on camping trips. Being able to be there and do that, and then have them bring their friends, and they're really enjoying themselves. To see that, that's success to me. And then being able to travel. So we'll do a family trip where we'll take the kids and the cousins and nieces, and we'll all meet up with the aunts and uncles, and we'll go camping or something, or go on a trip. And then me and the wife, we go on our own trip together without the kids. You got to have that separate time. So to balance, being success would be able to continually balance that, and then of course there's the getting and giving the things to your kids that you never had, leaving a legacy behind or something. If it comes to that, if that's what they want to do. But that's would be success. Having and being able to give, always being able to have and give enough that I can give.
Yeah. Now, when you say give, you're talking about giving to the kids and giving legacy. Do you also see your business as an opportunity to give back to the community as well?
Yeah, we do auctions and stuff. I went and graduated from Lewis and Clark Tech Center, and they have a silent auction thing they do every year, and we always buy a table and we promote and give prizes and gifts giveaway and stuff like that. T-shirts and stuff. We give back to the community that way. And then we donate to the zoo, St. Louis Zoo. We donate to them too. That's always a good thing. I love penguins. It's like one of my favorite little animals. I always got to go to the zoo, taking the kids there. It's a free zoo. It's a really good thing for the community. So to give back to something like that, I mean, it's just where we're at. My parents kind of got me into that when I was a kid. So
I was going to ask, now, do you come from like an entrepreneurial family?
My dad retired from the city of St. Peter's, water and sewer district, and then he was always a hustler. He started another company called Chlorination Unlimited, CL2 is what it's called, and he chlorinated water mains and stuff. So he was always working like two jobs kind of. So that's kind of where I got my work ethic from, I think. So I kind of instilled that on my kids. But my mom, she's a home mom. She took care of us, all of us. There was 4 of us. I have an older sister. And 2 younger brothers, so I'm kind of right, almost in the middle. So a big family, but we were close niche. We went, we did Boy Scouts and we did camping and all that stuff. And we lived in the country, so that was one thing I wanted to do for my family, was to be successful and move back to the country. So they could play in the creek and ride 4-wheelers and bikes like we did. So that's kind of like full circle, if you could say.
That's good. And so you live in the country now, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Just on the edge of the country. We're in St. Charles County, but we're just all right there.
Yeah. But you got the 4-wheelers and the creek?
Yep, we got the 4-wheelers and the creek. That's awesome. When we were looking for land to build on, that was a necessity. It needed to be wooded, and it had to have a creek. Those are the 2 things, and be private. So we hit a home run when we found it, and we made it work.
That's great. So I mean, that's been an element of how or a factor of success for you. I mean, if you wanted to get that family back to the woods and get the private area and the creek and everything like that, so I mean that's a great achievement right there too. So for every entrepreneur, it's a journey. We've got the ups and downs and the challenges in life. Would you say that there's been some challenges or some learning experiences that have really defined you as a business owner?
I would say, I mean, who hasn't? It's almost impossible to avoid and have complete success with no failures. I think to succeed, you have to fail a lot more than you succeed. I would say, we cash flow is always an issue sometimes.
Sure.
Trying to figure out how to get around cash flow. Developing different business strategies to make that work, or, reaching out to your banks and stuff and trying to find, lines of credit and stuff. Figuring out how to get people to pay quicker, get billing out faster, that would be a pretty good hurdle. Finding customer base, finding good contractors to work for and deal with.
Contractors that pay on time as well.
Exactly. Contractors that pay on time and understand. And understand that there are issues sometimes that are variables outside of everyone's control.
Right.
And if it takes more time, there needs to be something, change order written on it or something. Some people like, absolutely not. That's the way the print is. You should have known. It's like, I'm not a psychic. I'm an electrician, not a psychic. So, and neither are they. So it's just getting people that understand that and have a good heart is kind of hard. So we we've kind of restructured our company and we've developed and grown to kind of stick with and pick with those contractors and take care of them even better than any other contractors.
Yeah.
So we can kind of, we have a real personal basis.
Right. So in terms of like taking care of those relationships, what are some extra special things that you do to just take care of those relationships with the contractors?
There's Cardinals games and tickets and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Dinners, go out to dinner with them, and just really relate to them on a personal level.
Yeah.
That helps. And I have other contractors, the same contractors do the same thing right back. It's like they reciprocated exactly the same way.
Yeah.
So it's really neat to see. Those are the kind of people you want to be around. Like I want to surround myself with other people that have the same mindset as I do.
Right.
So that's kind of what I do. We have a Christmas party every year. We just had our Christmas party last weekend, last Friday. Adrenaline Zone in St. Charles. We do demolition ball.
Oh, yeah.
They have an open bar and great food, and we invite all of our vendors and have our vendors because they take care of us. Making sure we have the products we need when we need them.
Oh yeah.
They come out and drinks and food on us and have a good time, and that's what it's about. Giving back. I think also instead of just money and stuff is memories.
Right.
Giving somebody a good time, a good memory.
Yeah. So that Christmas party, so you've got your vendors, people that you work with, you have your employees as well, your team.
Oh yeah, the team, employees, all the secretaries, everybody's there. We have a lot of giveaways. You can't leave there without getting a prize.
Right.
Right. So that's what we do. We got a little drawing, get a ticket, and we have a bunch of gift cards and hoodies and jackets and all kinds of stuff like that. Just giving back.
So even for your teams and your employees, your team members, I should say, and your employees, you do the Christmas thing every year. What other things do you do to kind of help, improve your relationships with the employees and help keep them fired up about what they're doing and just to really be able to build that morale within the company? Is there anything else that you guys do throughout the year?
Yeah, we do. We try to do an event like once a month. It depends on the schedule and what the holidays, because all the guys have families and stuff.
Yeah.
So we try to schedule around and have a monthly meeting where we will meet and go do something fun. Like we'll do an escape room as a team.
Oh, cool.
So I call it like team building.
Yeah.
And then we'll do that activity, and then we'll go to like a restaurant or bar or something and have like lunch or dinner, and then drinks and kind of just socialize like outside the work and talk. Just talk about ideas that they might have or new tools they have heard about or products that they have that they've seen at an expo or online, and they show me and we talk about it and we all kind of discuss it or what I'm doing wrong. Is there anything I can do to improve, on our relationship or to be a better business owner? Because I'm not perfect. Nobody's perfect. So I kind of work around that, and I think that helps us all strategize as a team to develop, better skills or and it's a lot more lax than if you're on a job site and you tell and criticize somebody about something.
Yeah.
They take it a little more personal than if you're just kind of hanging out and just having a drink and kind of like, you could do this better or you could do that. I think the criticism comes off a little better that way.
Yeah. So it's important for you to keep that rapport with your team, to keep that open communication.
Yeah, open communication. I always tell them I have an open door policy, and they come to me whenever they want about anything, anytime. And they do. They will. Sometimes they do. Sometimes they don't. Sometimes I hear about it from another employee, and they're like, "Hey, you might want to go talk to so and so." And I'll send them a text message or something like, "Hey, you want to come by the office on your way home, or you want me to come meet you at the job site?" And there's something going on, and I try to resolve it the best I can.
So a lot of entrepreneurs might kind of balk at hiring employees and making bringing on a team because they feel like it's gonna that's gonna actually cause more problems. That they say things like, "Oh man, I don't want to have to babysit people" and stuff like that. Which is unfortunate. But it sounds to me like you've got some open communication with the team. You've got some team building that goes on. So would you say that your team actually, are they fairly motivated? They step up and they actually take the load off your shoulders and makes your job easier?
They do. I mean, that's why you can't do everything on your own. So you have to have a team and a good team. So we have some really good guys that are, I think, the best in the field. Yeah. And they step up, and you even hear them. I was on the site the other day and I heard somebody complaining it was muddy and and they're like at 3:00 I'm out of here, 3:30 I'm leaving, and we'll stick around and get it done. Whatever we got to do, they know that hey, this is my job, but at the end of the day they want to make sure that they're performing for me, because at the end of the day if they aren't performing then I can't perform.
Right.
So
right.
It's a team. There's no I in team, so I can't do without them.
Yeah. So they understand that they're part of this greater family, and they can openly communicate with you, and it sounds to me like they're the kind of people that they'll see the problems, they'll see the issues, and they'll make it work. They'll try to fix it. I mean, is that fair to say?
Yeah, they'll stick around and make it happen.
Yeah.
And that's a lot of what we do as electricians. Is like we're always the first one in, last one out, and we got to orchestrate with every other trade to make something work, something happen.
Yeah.
Like the concrete workers and the plumbers, and we got to make sure that hey, this is going here. We got drawings and everything, but they're not perfect, and so there's a lot of modifying that needs to be done, and that's a great part of being an electrician, and that's why we like doing what we do. Is a lot of my guys is because they get to implement that, like that aspect of hey, this is how we got to do it, and there's a lot of problem solving. I call it modifying. We got to modify that.
Right.
and it's more or less a problem solve. Like, hey, how do we
right.
make this happen with, this header over here, or they're putting a steel pipe in, or the steam stack's going there.
Right,
So
right.
now what do we do? None of that's on the drawing, but hey, we got to perform some magic here. So
Right.
I think I like my guys because they do take care of that a lot, and they'll make it happen.
Yeah.
And a lot of people are just like, put their hands up and like, someone else needs to come and figure this out and tell me what to do.
Right.
And my guys they'll figure it out, and they enjoy that, as I do when I started it. That's kind of how I like figuring and problem solving. You're not doing the same cookie cutter thing every day.
Right.
So that's a change, and it makes the day go by faster, and then you get to think instead of just being a robot and doing the same thing every day. And
you try to empower your team to be thinkers, to help solve the problems, so that it's not always falling on your shoulders. Now, has that not always been easy? Because sometimes we want to try to empower other people, and we like that concept, but in execution it can be a little bit more difficult. So do you have any maybe tips and tricks on how to kind of foster that problem solving mentality within your organization?
It's hard. It's real hard. I know, because I remember I remember hiring the first couple of guys and training them, and kind of this is I want it done, and I tell them like, hey, you can do this, but don't reinvent my wheel. But then above that, like, hey, don't reinvent my wheel, as in certain things you got to do this way. There's no better way, no faster way. Don't try to redesign it. But outside of that and those things, solve problems and do it. But it's hard to let go of that and let them make their own decisions and kind of solve it, because you can look at it and you're like, I do it this way and that way and be done. But it's real funny, because when they ask me for my advice on something, they've been messing with it. You got to come look at this. It's been a few hours. Can you come look at it? And a new guy, and I'll walk up and I'll be like 2 seconds. Okay, I'll do this and this and this. And they're just like, man, like what? And it's like, well, I've been doing it a long time, so I've seen a lot of things. I know it works, but it's hard to swallow that and let someone else do what they need to do. And when you're perfectly able of doing it, but having them do it, that's the only way they're going to learn. So I guess my advice would be just give them a shot, let them try.
Yep. So if anybody wants to get a hold of you for any of their commercial or residential electrical needs, how do they do that?
You can reach me at mikeh@hauserelectric.com. We're also on Facebook, Hauser Electric, and those are two ways. We got a website, but it's under construction again. We're redoing our website this year, so pretty soon it'll be hauserelectric.com.
All right. Thank you very much. Time for Success with Matt Barbie and Mike Hauser.